Welcome to the Yankee Camper Channel. My name is Keith, and I've been camping throughout New England since I was a kid. I hope to share some of the tips and techniques that I've learned over the years that help me save money while enjoying the outdoors. Please join me as we explore the northeast corner of Massachusetts at the Salisbury Beach State Park Campground. The entrance to the state park is a little more than a half a mile down from the main turnoff. After the rotary circle, you come to the entrance gate. When first arriving, registration is to the right, where you select your site, pay, and receive a pass for your mirror. After registering, you can pass through the gate without having to stop. If you wanted to visit the park for just the day, there are kiosks set up in the day parking lots. Entrance to the campground is another 1/3 of a mile down on the right. All of the streets run parallel to the left after entering the campground, with the trash receptacles and dump station to the right. The pavement around the campground, Z Street, allows two-way traffic, but all of the roads to the sites are only one way, all in the same direction. These are labeled alphabetically A through H, then skipping to W through Y for the last three. The sites are angled so that it eases backing in with a trailer or motorhome. I stayed in my car, so backing into the site put the back of my Jeep toward the picnic table. I selected a site directly across from the restroom, shower, and nature center. The nature center features exhibits and activities to help understand the environment, birds, and creatures found around the area. It has limited hours, however, and is only open Thursday through Saturday. The sites are spacious, with a large paved, flat area for campers. Most sites include 50-amp power and water. Also is a wood or barbecue grill and a campfire place. Wood is available for sale at the camp store.
The Napier Sportz Cove is designed for the smaller or larger SUV. I've got the larger one, and it goes on to the back of the SUV as a tent, and I'm going to set that up now.
When packed, the tent fits in a carrying case only 25 inches long, 6.5 inches wide, and 6.5 inches high. It weighs 8 pounds. The three-season tent is easy to install by one person and, with practice, can be set up in less than 10 minutes.
There are two straps that hold the tent together. And I'll take those out and place those to the side. Set of poles. And these will arch across the back of the tent. The first thing to find is the reinforcement corner. These go up here.
After getting the top of the tent hung across the open tailgate, the lower portion is stretched to fit under the rear bumper. Continue tucking the elastic cord under the rear of the vehicle until the width is entirely under the back of the SUV. Clips attach underneath to the edge of the plastic molding to hold the base of the tent in place. There are adjustable straps on the lower sides of the tent to assure a snug fit. This is the first time I set this tent up in the field, although I did put it up in my driveway when I first received it. With practice, I expect that I'll have these straps connected and tight in a jiffy. Once the tent is connected under the vehicle on both sides, there are additional straps that connect to either the rear wheel wells, or as I did, the rims, to hold the tent against the rear fenders. Pulling all of the straps tight assures no bugs or rain. The top portion is then connected to the roof rails and pulled tight. If your SUV doesn't have roof rails, Napier supplies long web straps that will run the length of the roof and over the windshield to attach the hinges of the hood. Again, pulling these straps tight, either to the roof rails or the long straps, will assure that the weather and insects stay outside your vehicle. There's also a strap and clip that attaches inside the center to the tailgate latch. The Sports Cove has a small awning that extends over the door of the tent by about 2 feet. This provides a little bit of shade or protection from the rain when entering or exiting. The door itself extends the width of the tent, and dual zippers allow easy access into the rear of the SUV. The tent door also has a mesh screen for airflow and a solid fabric for privacy. The single collapsible pole is run through a tunnel sewn into the outer edge of the canopy. Be careful not to force the pole through, as the metal connectors can get hung up on the fabric of the tunnel. Once the pole has about 2 feet of length extending on both sides, the ends are fitted into pockets found at the lower corners of the awning. Smooth the fabric to assure that the pole is properly set and there are no areas bunched up. Then insert the other end of the pole into the opposite side pocket, creating a hoop. Along the canopy edge are small Velcro strips that loop around the pole and hold the awning out. These help to keep the shape of the hoop. Continue to work around the edge of the awning until all of the Velcro loops have been secured to the pole and the hoop is neat. Next are the guy lines. You may be tempted to skip this step, but I advise against it, as they serve at least two purposes. First, they keep the shape of the awning, but more importantly, they protect the canopy from damage in the wind. The tent comes with two stakes which are pushed into the ground, and the guy lines are looped around, then pulled taut. Remember, manufacturers don't add stuff to be frivolous, that costs money. The designers put the guy lines on because they felt they were necessary. You should choose to place the ends at an angle that will allow the lines to hold against the wind, but not too far out that may cause a hazard when walking around. Some people choose to tie strips of bright colored surveyor's tape or wrap pool noodles around the lines to make them more visible. Since it's just me, I simply remember to walk around the guy lines. If the ground is hard or rocky, the stakes may require a little persuasion to go in, and I use a tent mallet or the back of my hatchet for this if necessary. Now the tent is set up.
And let's take a walk around and see what the campground actually looks like.
The sites are well apportioned with plenty of room for slide-outs and will accommodate 2 tents or an RV plus 1 tent. Although neighbors are close, they're not crammed on top of each other. Either a fireplace or fire pit is situated at different locations within the site, and the grill and picnic table is typically conveniently located. Most of the sites appear to have been well thought out. Access to the showers, restroom, and dishwashing stations are, as a rule, less than a tenth of a mile walk from the campsite. Black Rock Creek runs along the back western side of the campground and feeds into the Merrimack River. Starting at the corner of Y Street, the first 5 campsites along Z Street all have splendid views of the estuary. However, the first 2 are designated as tent only. The waterway feeds the salt marshes and, if you bring your canoe or kayak, can be paddled, providing a different perspective of the park. Watercraft can be put in at the boat ramp, seen here in the distance. The creek snakes all through the salt marsh area and loops back from the park's main entrance road. The boat ramp area has a parking lot located at the western edge of the reservation and is open to the public, not just campground visitors. It provides access to the Merrimack River and the Atlantic Ocean. The campsites along Z Street do see increased traffic that other sites don't. Past the boat ramp, Z Street has several access ways that lead down to the river by way of a sandy path. Here grows scrub pines, beach grass, various beach shrubs including the occasional beach plums, and wild rose bushes. The paths expand to a coarse beach along the water's edge from the point at the entrance to Black Rock Creek.
Well, I'm standing on what's actually the bank at the mouth of the Merrimack River. The Merrimack River runs from here in Salisbury all the way up to Concord and beyond up into New Hampshire.
In the distance you can see Butler's Toothpick, a navigational aid to boaters named after Civil War General, Governor, and Congressman Benjamin Franklin Butler. He, along with Charles Sumner, authored the Civil Rights Act of 1875. Directly across the river is the northern tip of Plum Island, and the river meets the Atlantic Ocean just beyond those rocks. The sand along the beach can appear purple in color. This is due to the large amounts of almandine pyrope garnet which is left behind when the wind sweeps the lighter sands away. Continuing along the south side of the Z Street Loop, the campsites at the end of streets H through A are considered some of the premium locations within the campground, and these sites are booked early. Speaking of which, this is a very popular campground and may require some flexibility in either getting the dates or the campsites desired. Online advanced booking is handled through the Massachusetts Department of Conservation and Recreation website. Walk-in registration isn't permitted, but same-day registration may be made up until 2 p.m. on the date of arrival. Reservations may be made as far as 4 months in advance. Stays are only for up to 14 cumulative days. Note that no alcohol is permitted in the campground, and rates differ for Massachusetts residents and out-of-state visitors. A campground pedestrian walkway runs east to west through the center of the park. At the eastern end of the walkway, Salisbury Beach is accessible via a well-maintained dirt path that leads to a crosswalk intersecting State Reservation Road into a large parking lot. Another crosswalk is also available from A Street further to the north. Traversing the parking area, you'll find a 500-foot wooden walkway that leads from the southeastern corner of the lot over the sand dunes. The boardwalk continues to slope up with several bench areas along the way to rest, until the beach is viewed from the rising deck. Once at the top, a set of stairs descends to the beach. ADA-compliant beach access ways are available from other parking areas.
The beach runs from north up to New Hampshire, south down to the mouth of the Merrimack River.
In addition to the other amenities the state park provides, including a pavilion that can be reserved, a playground is located just back from the beach area. Designed for children ages 5 to 12, this area boasts slides, bridges, climbing, monkey bars, built-in games, puzzles, and of course, swings. Centrally located in the campground at the intersection of S Street and the pedestrian walkway, the camp store provides firewood, ice, some groceries, snacks, water, soda, and treats such as ice cream. Taking a right when exiting the state park will bring you to the entertainment area of Salisbury Beach. On the left is the newly constructed Salisbury Beach Welcome Center, followed by the small tourist information booth across from Joe's Playland's second location. Along the U-shaped road, you'll find all the expected tourist trappings and beach foods, including ice cream and fried dough, as well as establishments serving adult beverages overlooking the ocean. Rounding the corner is Joe's Playland's first arcade location. Originally established in 1919 by Joe and Jenny Habala as a portable popcorn stand named Joe's, in 1952 it moved to its current location on Broadway and opened as an arcade named Joe's Playland. On Memorial Day, 1945, Tripoli Pizza of Lawrence, Mass. Opened a pizza stand at Salisbury Beach where they sell thin crust pizza that was soon named Beach Pizza. This is where the original beach pizza was made. On the corner is the Salisbury Beach Carousel, restored and reopened in 2019. Thank you for watching. If you found this video interesting or informative, please press the thumbs up to like it. If you'd like more content, including the meals I made during this campout using a mess kit and no refrigeration to make fried rice with beef teriyaki, homemade spaghetti, or New England clam chowder, be sure to subscribe so you'll be notified when new videos are posted.